All right, ladies, I am back with another video. My name is Philip, and you could already tell by the title and the thumbnail why Lost is the greatest show of all time. Let's jump right into it. Reason one, every TV show has a spark. Like, for instance, The Walking Dead, Zombies, Breaking Bad, High School Teacher Cooking Crystal Meth, Prison Break, Breaking Out of Prison, Sopranos, The Mafia, Lost, Mysterious Island, with a bunch of stranded survivors. Lost Lost's spark is a great spark, and it's such an entertaining show from season one all the way to season six. Some of the best writing, especially in season three and four, some of the best writing in a TV show I have ever seen. With the writing, each episode manages to give backstory on a certain character and still has such a great way of forwarding the plot too, which I think is amazing. Lost's sidecast is my personal favorite. I know a lot of people like The Wire sidecast, but I have not seen The Wire, so I cannot make any comment on it. My second favorite sidecast is The Walking Dead sidecast, but the reason why I think Lost is better is because each character has their own story and their own episodes. And in Lost, season one specifically, I was forgetting that Jack was it was Jack's show, how Jack was the protagonist. Because each character is so important to the story. In The Walking Dead, you like have Rick, Daryl, Maggie, and Carol. You like focus on those characters, and sometimes you kind of forget about all the other side characters, like T Dog, Herschel, and all those other side characters. Not Lost. You remember all the side characters like Charlie, Sawyer, Desmond, even Boone and Mr. Echo. Those characters, spoilers, Boone and Mr. Echo, they weren't in the show for as long as the other characters, and they still managed to have a great impact on the show. And then we have the seasons. Season one, they crash onto a mysterious island. Season two, they find a hat with somebody inside of it. Season three, we have season three to four, we find out there's like a barrier around the island. And in season five, we're going through time. And in season six, they found like a whole other temple and then a lighthouse. And it's so great. Season one is an amazing introduction to the show. From getting the characters, great dynamics. You have Jack and John, Charlie and Hurley, Boone and Locke. And then at the very end, whenever Locke finally gets the hatch open, we get left on a cliffhanger, just setting up the future of what yet to come. And the season one finale is just great. From Locke going into the hatch, and then Sawyer, Michael, Jen, and Walt getting off the island, but then Walt getting captured. It's just great. And then we finally get to season two. We finally go under the vault and we get introduced to Desmond. Even though he wasn't that big of a character, not towards the end, he still had like his cameos every now and then. But then season three is whenever his character finally starts to take off with Charlie. And then season two, we got Desmond. We have the other survivors from the other half of the plane. And then we get introduced to Benjamin Linus, such a great antagonist for the first few seasons of the show. And don't get me wrong, the entire show is great, but they have their flaws. And season two had their flaws too. From Libby and Anna Lucia. Whenever I first got introduced to Anna Lucia, I hated her. But then as we were getting deeper into the show, whenever Jack was trying to talk to Anna Lucia about possibly having a war with the others, my mind was blown. I was just so excited to see where that was goes. But then Michael kills Anna and Libby. Anna I wasn't too mad about, but I really wished we got to see more of her character and where she was going. And Libby, just just a regular character, but she was with Hugo, and everybody loves Hurley. So it was just sad to see Hugo lose Libby. And then we have the season two finale. We have Walt and Michael getting off the island. We have Jack, Sawyer, and Kay all getting captured and getting taken over to the other island. Saeed, he just knew something was wrong with Michael. And Saeed is that guy. Saeed is a great character in Lost. The only bad part about Saeed was the zombie arc in season six. But other than that, Saeed is a great character. And then season three, the best season three in my opinion. Top three seasons in television for me. But season three was a generational season from getting introduced to Juliet and finally learning more about the others. And then Benjamin finally gets a lot more screen time. And then the first part was just Jack, Sawyer, and Kate. And they were teasing Sawyer's death. Just the first half of season three was great. And we weren't even halfway through that season. And we get flashes before your eyes. I think that's what it's called. Desmond. And even before Desmond was acting weird with Charlie. And me, my favorite character is Charlie. After hearing what Desmond said, absolutely hurt me. Charlie was my favorite character in the show. But then just seeing Charlie and Desmond's dynamic in season three was amazing. One of my favorite dynamics in the show. But then even season three had its flaws. Like Nikki and Paula didn't need that. But losing Mr. Echo, Mr. Echo was a great character, mysterious. And from what I heard, Mr. Echo and Charlie, Mr. Echo was supposed to be the one that sees Charlie dying, not Desmond, but the actor wanted to leave. So they just decided to give it to Desmond. And then you have the filler episode with Hurley, Jen, Sawyer, and Charlie. Just fun, an amazing episode. And you could argue saying it's not filler because we get Benjamin Linus' dad in the car, and then we figure out that there were others before the plane crash, just learning more about the Dharma Initiative. And then we have season four. We have the constant. Desmond was personally my favorite character of season four. But then you have Michael coming back, to him eventually dying, to faking Jin's death, to moving the island. Season four was just another hell of a ride season, and just another massive cliffhanger at the end. And then season five, the Oceanic Six are trying to make their way back to the island. Sawyer, Locke, Jin, they're all still on the island trying to figure out what the hell to do now. And I'm pretty sure there's a clip with Desmond and Daniel whenever they were traveling through time. In my opinion, season 5 was probably the worst season. Not because it's bad, I just preferred the other seasons more. But it could go back and forth with season 6. And then in season 5, we have time travel. We have the Dharma Initiative. Sawyer and Jin and Juliet were all a big part of the Dharma Initiative. And then Hurley, Jack, and Kate, they join. Saeed, I kind of forgot why it was Saeed. But then Sun never even went back in time. She was still on the main time stream with Faraday and Benjamin. And then we get introduced to season 6. They blow up the thing at the beginning. Saeed's zombie arc was pretty mid. But then at the end, Jin and Sun finally reunite just to go a couple episodes later. But then instead of having flashback or flash forwards, we're like into purgatory where all the characters are still trying to come together. We get the amazing ending. A lot of people don't like the ending, but I thought it was amazing. And then Jack's conclusion was great. And as now we get deeper into the show, the mysteries become solved. Everything was able to fit in the place from when they were back in time. And the show, if you ask me, is poetic. From the first episode, mysterious monster. The very last episode, the mysterious monster was the thing. It was like the final boss. But then we also have other villains like Benjamin and the others. Lost, it has a great side cast. It's entertaining, has great dynamics. It's mysterious. It's a fun TV show. Enjoy lovable duos like Charlie and Arlie. But these are just some reason why I love Lost so much. Honestly, if I watch the show, I could watch final seasons to love. I hope you guys enjoyed what I think Lost is the best show of all time. I hope you guys come back for another video. Peace.